She's
Moved
good,
by
Chris.
Councillor Rolla, seconded by Councillor Moffat. Resolved that the regular meeting commence at the hour of 7:05 p.m. And be it further resolved, the Council acknowledges that we're meeting in the Robinson Superior Treaty Area on lands that have been traditionally used by several Indigenous nations. And we would like to pay special recognition to our closest Indigenous neighbours, the communities of Bidigar, Anishinaabe, and Pic-Mowat First Nations. We wish to recognize the long history of the First Nations and Métis people in our region specifically and show respect to them today. All in favour? Call the meeting to order. There are no additions or deletions to the agenda. Is there any pecuniary interest? Seeing none. Moved by Councillor Moffat, seconded by Councillor Rolla. Resolved that the agenda be approved as circulated. All in favour? There are no delegations or presentations. Moved by Councillor Moffat, seconded by Councillor Rolla. Resolved that the minutes of the regular meeting held on March 9th, 2022 are adopted and circulated. All in favour? There are no petitions. And there are 3 items of correspondence. Is there anything that anybody wants to bring down?
Yes, please. I'd like to bring down 0801, please.
Moved by Councillor Hudson, seconded by Councillor Rolla. Resolved that correspondence items 0801 to 0803 be received, and be further resolved that agenda item 0801 be returned to Council under business for the meeting of March 23rd, 2022. All in favour? Thank you. Moved by Councillor Hudson, seconded by Councillor Moffat. Resolved that the minutes of the meeting of the Manitowocsh Public Library Board held January 24th, 2022 be accepted as received. All in favour? Next item is a verbal update by our CAO.
Thank you. Through you, Mr. Chair. Just a few items this evening. I want to advise that the water main break at the intersection of Agila and Nebig has been repaired, and a big thanks to the crew at Public Works who spent many hours on site on March 16th and going door to door. We also had additional staff assisting Public Works with that as well. So a big thanks to everyone on that, and great news that the water main was able to be repaired. With regard to recreation, we are tentatively hoping that we can get one more weekend at the ski hill, dependent on weather. So hopefully that will be able to happen, but watch the community services page on Facebook to confirm that it will be open this weekend. We still have ice in at the arena and the curling rink, and those facilities continue to be used. And we don't have a date yet when Simcoe will be here to take the ice out and turn the plant off, but we do expect it'll be within the next few weeks. And recycling is scheduled to start on April the 4th. Darren McKenzie has put together a page of information that will go out in the Boreal showing residents what items can be recycled and providing frequently asked questions on both waste and recycling collection and how the residents will be impacted. And we're really looking forward to offering this new service in the community and hope that it is a seamless transition for the residents. And just a reminder that garbage pickup will be on Monday, April the 4th, and every Monday following. That's it.
Thank you. Moved by Councillor Rolla, seconded by Councillor Moffat. Resolved that Council is in receipt of the Administration Report PW 2022-2 submitted by Darren McKenzie, Director of Public Works and Facilities, regarding the 2021 Section 11 Annual Drinking Water Report. You're on.
Thank you to you, Chair. This is an annual report. It's our legislative requirement to Section 11 is quality of our drinking water. It's just an annual report that puts together quality, any sort of compliance issues that came upon. We had one water break that we reported for last year. That was in January on Nickel. Everything went through fine. Testing results came back fine. They did the swapping and that afterwards. So that's all before you. Just recommendation to accept the report and get them to DEC.
Any questions or?
Straightforward.
Okay. And be it further resolved that upon conclusion of Council's review and consideration that report number PW 2022-2 regarding the 2021 annual drinking water report prepared by Ontario Clean Water Agency be accepted as received. All in favor? Moved by Councillor Hudson, seconded by Councillor Moffat. Resolved that Council is in receipt of administration report PW 2022-3 submitted by Darren McKenzie, Director of Public Works and Facilities regarding the 2021 Schedule 22 Annual Drinking Water Summary Report.
To you, Chair, this is the second part to that same legislative requirement. This is about the quantity of the raw and treated water that goes through the township every year. Once again, it's our legislative requirement to produce that report to the ministry. So the report is just the standard report for that. At the same time, we will make a request to Aqua to come in May and do basically a summary of what they did all through last year and what their plans are going forward to the council.
There is nothing exceptional in that report that
No, actually, it
you would
was
want to point out?
pretty straightforward. Your daily flows, but we're getting better on the amount that we're treating. We had 3 non-compliances, but all of them were complete.
Yes.
Through the chair, I just noticed there was 1 month that was it the volume that spiked higher than the rest of them?
Yeah, that was from the break.
That was from the.
That was from a break that we had.
Okay, so nothing of the ordinary other than the break.
Correct, and that's the same with what we're going to have. Next year's report will see a large quantity during the time of the break from this past year.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And be it further resolved that upon conclusion of Council's review and consideration that report number 2022-3 regarding the 2021 Schedule 22 Annual Drinking Water Summary Report prepared by Ontario Clean Water Agency be accepted as received. All in favor? Thank you. Moved by Councillor Hudson, second by Councillor Arrola. Resolved that Council is in receipt of Administration Report FD 2022-5 submitted by Don Kruger, Fire Chief, regarding to declared surplus Old Scott at CBA and spare cylinders. You're on, sir.
Through the chair, thank you. I don't really have much to add other than that we will attempt to sell off some of the old SCBA and some of the cylinders. Sometimes we do have some luck selling them to try and recuperate some of the costs of the new SCBA. But other than that, I'm just happy to answer any questions that council may have.
No, there's no questions. That's good.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Don.
And be it further resolved that at the conclusion of Council's review and consideration that Council declares surplus 14 Scott 22 16 PSI self-containing breathing apparatus at CBA and 38 spare 2210 PSI cylinder, and further that Council direct staff to list for sale the surplus equipment, and further that if the equipment cannot be sold, then Council direct staff to donate the equipment to a neighboring fire department or another agency such as Firefighters Without Borders. All in favor? Thank you. Moved by Councillor Moffat, seconded by Councillor Hudson. Resolved that Council is in receipt of Administration Report CS 2022-01 submitted by Katie Law, Director of Community and Economic Development regarding the Fitness Center 2021 lease fees.
Thank you, through you, Chair. Good evening, everybody. As you may remember, back in 2020, the Director of Community Services approached with a request to waive some of the fees for the fitness club. So we were closed for about half a year in 2020, and we didn't anticipate having to do the same thing for 2021. I think that if you folks were like me, we were optimistic that we wouldn't have seen another shutdown. That being said, indoor recreation facilities were closed beginning on December the 26th in 2021, all the way up until December 26, 2020, all the way up to July of 2021. It is my recommendation that council approves waiving the fees by 50% for the fitness club, as they were not able to utilize that space for 7 months.
Any questions?
No,
Okay,
I think it's fair.
thank you. And be it further resolved that upon conclusion of council's review and consideration, that council approves the reduction of the 2021 users fee for the fitness center by 50% as a result of their inability to operate the fitness center for 6 months of the year due to COVID-19 restrictions. All in favor? Moved by Councillor Hudson, seconded by Councillor Rowe. Resolved that council is in receipt of administration report ADM 2022-15 submitted by Jolene Keogh, clerk, regarding 2021 remuneration and expenses paid to members of council. For you.
Yes, thank you. Through you, Mr. Chair. We are required under the Municipal Act to post the previous year's remuneration expenses of each council member. And so before you is what we have pulled from our records for 2021 for each member of council. And upon your review and approval, to accept this information as presented.
No question. And be it further resolved that upon conclusion of council's review and consideration that council receives the administration report ADM 2022-15 regarding the 2021 remuneration and expenses paid to members of council for information purposes, and further that the 2021 remuneration expense paid to members of council be posted to the township website. All in favor? That concludes our meeting, right?
No, we have a few more items.
Oh, you have some items? I don't see them on here. Okay.
At the bottom of your page, there should be 1206. Do you have that?
Nope. Or must have it wrong. Sorry, was the one that we just brought down?
No. So through you, Mr. Chair, item 1206 is to reschedule the regular council meetings.
So we don't have. Oh, I'm sorry. Moved by Councillor Hudson, seconded by Councillor Moffat. Resolved that the regular council meeting scheduled for April 13th, 2022 and April 27th, 2022 be rescheduled to April 20th, 2022. Any discussion about that, or is that because we're a waiver of the other day?
There's 2 meetings. It'll be scheduled.
We'll make it into one on the 20th.
On the 20th is one meeting?
Yes. So that'll be the regular scheduled council meeting.
For the one.
Yes. And then there's special council meetings that we're proposing for budget deliberations that we'll talk about next.
Next, okay.
Okay, so sorry, just for clarification, you're saying that the 13th and the 27th are both canceled, and instead we have one meeting on the 20th?
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct.
Okay. got it.
Okay.
Through the chair, I will not be able to attend that meeting because I will be on night shift.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Okay, moved by Councillor Hudson, seconded by Councillor Moffat. Resolved that the council meeting scheduled for April 13th and April 27th, 2022 be rescheduled to April 20th, 2022. All in favor? And the next item is
special council meetings.
Special council meetings for budget.
So through you, Mr. Chair, we have polled council to determine their availability for a number of dates at the end of March and through April to have special council meetings to have budget deliberations. And based on the information we received back from council, it looks like March 31st and April 21st would be the best dates where all members of council can attend.
I'm trying to check right now.
And what time would that be? Is that a daytime?
So we can hold them during the day if that works for council. But we could also send out more information to council to confirm the times.
So we just take times to be confirmed.
Yes, if we could.
How long would those meetings be?
I would block 2 hours for each of them. We might not need that much time, but
Okay, if that's the case, I prefer in the afternoons.
okay,
That works for me.
I prefer afternoons.
great.
I'm easy.
So would you prefer to have afternoon?
Afternoons are fine with me.
The 31st at 1 o'clock, type of thing?
Yeah,
Yeah, through the chair, if I'm off, I'm able to attend, so.
okay, great.
So we'll make them both dates at 1 o'clock and 1 p.m.?
Yes, please.
So that was the 31st and the 21st?
Yes.
Okay.
Moved by Councillor Rolla, seconded by Councillor Lovell. Resolved that the special meeting dates for the 2022 budget deliberation be held March 31st, 2022 at 1 p.m. and April 21st, 2022 at 1 p.m. All in favor? That's it?
There was one item
Oh,
brought
brought
down.
down, yes, I'm sorry. Okay. Councillor Hudson, you had some...
Yes, through the chair. So it's regarding the correspondence from NOMA regarding the Northern Ontario Transportation Task Force. And in her letter, she encourages all municipal councils, airport boards, transportation committees to reach out in writing to NOMA, stating any concerns and suggestions we would have to be on this task force and be a part of it. And I think it's something that we as a township, as a community should be a part of, because we do have pretty horrific roads sometimes. And it's all along the North Shore. There's big concerns, and I think the more support we can put towards this, I think we should.
Perfect.
So as council, we would like to direct staff to submit a letter to, it states here either into our NOMA board member or directly to the NOMA office, so whichever.
Well, probably directly to the president of NOMA.
Yeah, I think right to the NOMA office would be the best route to take on that. Is everyone?
Letter of support to provide feedback.
Yeah, it says for concerns and we would have regarding this task force and conditions of our roads, what we would like, yeah.
Would you like me to read that back? Okay, through you, Mr. Chair. That council directs staff to submit a letter of support to provide feedback to NOMA regarding the Northern Ontario Transportation Task Force.
Yes.
Want a resolution, all in favor? Or do we need that?
Yes, a resolution would be great.
Okay. All in favor? And I'll sign that after.
Thank you.
There are no bylaws or motions or notion of motions or closed session, and therefore no business arising, so moved by Councillor Rolla, moved by Councillor Hudson, seconded by Councillor Rolla, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the Council of the Township of Manitowoc at its meeting held Wednesday, March 23rd, 2022, be read a first and second time, and further be read a third time, passed and numbered as bylaw number 2022-18. All in favor? Moved by Councillor Moffat, seconded by Councillor Hudson. Resolved that the regular meeting adjourn at the hour of 7:25. All in favor?